Hello, I'm Audrey Hyvonen. I am a fiber collage artist, and here's the piece that you'll probably be seeing in this show that I've made. And I've been sewing and quilting for about 20 years, and I started moving into this fiber collage as my focus probably halfway through that. I still make other things, and I always made little layered pieces. So hard to nail down an exact start to that.
Where do you like to find your inspiration for your pieces?
So I find inspiration for my pieces uh, in color. I look at other work that artists have done, and when something's really striking to me, I usually take a photo of it. Right now, I'm really intrigued by blue and orange together, which I do have in this piece. It doesn't always make it into my artwork, but I really like looking for contrast in the world and kind of having that just kind of guide the colors that I do. Right now, the motif that I keep using is a bison. I've been working in bison for about a year, and that it comes from many different angles. Right now, I live in Montana, and um, a lot of my family lives all over Montana. Some of them live near the bison range, so I'm able to visit with them, and then also visit the wild bison that live there, which feels really exciting to me. And I've also kind of claimed it as an inspiration. My mom was having heart surgery, and it felt hard and scary, and I wanted to support her. And I learned that bison will face into a storm, which is different than what cattle do. And I kind of felt like, okay, mom, we're going to face into this storm. Like, it's scary and hard to have open heart surgery, but also once you do, you'll be able to breathe better and you'll be able to like walk up hills. And isn't that amazing? Let's do that. So I sent her bison artwork and bison thank you cards for her nursing staff and bison pillows and stuffed animals to just kind of like surround her with this reminder that she has support and she can draw on that for strength. So the bison is representational for me. So I'm drawing from that, and I also feel like in a lot of my artwork, I am communicating some sort of like tension or way to be in the world and wanting to invite people to be their fullest selves and to express themselves. And I feel like that's a place that I draw inspiration. My workspace is a bedroom in my house, and I use a sit-down domestic sewing machine. It's called a Bernina. Well, the brand is Bernina, and it's Aurora 430 for sewers who care about what brand I use. Um, and I buy a lot of print fabric. I cut it up in little pieces. I sew it back together, as do many of the folks that are probably sharing work in this fiber display. Um, I think me using print materials is particularly of note. I mix it with solids sometimes, but I really like. It's hard for you to see in this piece, but go look at it up close, and you'll be able to see more. I like to have little surprises so that it draws you in as a viewer to look up close, and you'll see like bottle caps or little tiny deer or weird horns on top of the horns of the extra horns and things like that. So I do use a fusible product that I put in between the layers of the fabric to anchor it down, and then I stitch on top to secure it. And that's just one way of doing a technique called applique. This piece in particular, I made for the Evolutions show with the intention of hoping it would be selected to be included in this collection. And I actually made um, a few drawings of bison at different stages of life because I knew the theme was evolutions, and I wanted to kind of show. Well, this one is part of a three-part series. It's a triple goddess series, so it has a maiden, a little baby bison girl, creature. And then the mother, mama, middle one, and then this one that I'm sharing here is the queen or crone. And some of that has to do with my mom and me and growing up and that lineage. I think the biggest challenge is prioritizing the time that it takes to kind of percolate the ideas, capture them, and then see them all the way through to have them somehow resemble what I had originally had in my brain. So I'm not very practiced at drawing. I try to take things from my brain and draw them and then make them into shapes and patterns that I can use in my not representational art, but it's not abstract either. Like you can tell it's supposed to be a creature. Um, and I think the way that I overcome that is sometimes to schedule it and write it down and be like, you have to be in your studio XY time. And in terms of having it match my vision, I do a lot of letting go and releasing and just being like, it may not be what I thought it would be like, and that's okay. It's what it is. And that's kind of my message to the world is you may not turn out how you thought you would, and that's okay. You can be who you are. And like that's where you're at right now, and just embrace that. And it's amazing, and you're wonderful for who you are. And being just loose with myself and realizing it takes practice and more practice and more practice. I hope visitors will take away from this piece a boldness to face their life, to just face it head on, sprinkle in some whimsy, bring others with you. Know that this representation of a bison is a queen, is a crone, is a leader in her community. And what I've also learned about bison is that they will circle their young to protect. And I have a little hidden message in which I want people to recognize those in their community who are marginalized, who are compromised, and figure out ways to support them. For me, it's specifically trans youth and trans kids that are in my life, and wanting to just give them the message that I'm here for you, I love you, you're valid, you're celebrated. And that's going to look different for different people, but to just, I want them to take this image and be like, oh yeah, face forward, own this, do this. It's important. You need to stand up for what you believe in and protect those that need protection. I just want to invite people to look closely and just see the little tiny worlds that are embedded within the details.